Today we're going to be diving back into the world of Escoffier. Specifically, we're going to be doing chicken paprikash. Chicken paprikash is one of those recipes that I find to be highly debated on what is actually traditional. Now, of course, Escoffier was a French chef, basically laid the foundation for modern French cooking. Of course, he's gonna have a French version of chicken paprikash, which is beautiful, right? His recipe he's calling
Brulee, sauté à la Hollandaise.
Basically, which means sauteed chicken Hungarian style, right? I'm not gonna follow his recipe to an exact T, but the fundamentals are there. I do feel like though it's missing a couple key components like sour cream. I feel like it's missing chicken stock. I feel like it's missing a good amount of paprika, which, you know, he only calls for a pinch of paprika, where paprikash is paprika, right? It's heavy on that paprika seasoning, you know what I'm saying? Let's go. Here's the ingredients. I broke down a whole chicken. I'm gonna show you that process really quickly. And then I'm gonna grind some caraway seeds. You got some of my homemade paprika. When I did my goulash recipe, I showed you how to do smoked paprika. This one is just a sweet paprika, not smoked. I'll show you how to do that after I show you how to butcher that chicken. You got 1 whole onion, 5 small garlic cloves, 2 cups chicken stock. I'm gonna give it a splash of heavy cream, around 1/4 cup, and then around 1/4 cup of sour cream. Nokedli is basically a dumpling. I hope I'm saying that right. Usually served with chicken paprikash. So it's 1 cup of flour. I have 1 egg, half a cup of water, half of a teaspoon of fine sea salt, and then I'm adding some paprika in there, the smoked paprika that I made on my goulash video, just to give it a little bit more excitement, right? So first thing, I'm gonna show you how I broke down that chicken really quickly, and I'm gonna show you how to do that paprika.
Cool, so the starting part that I like to do when I bring down the chicken is starting with the chicken thigh. Using a sharp boning knife and slicing using the natural separation point of the thigh from the body of the chicken, and then finding that joint. Once you do find that joint, you crack open that joint and then cut the rest of the way through. Now with the chicken breast, you want to have this laying breast side up, finding that breastbone using your fingers, using long gentle strokes, cutting the breast away from that bone, keeping the knife blade resting right against that bone as you slice down. And eventually you're going to get to that wing socket, and then you're going to slice all the way through. This is an optional step. Now we're going to weigh out all the pieces of chicken and get a salt percentage. The chicken total weighs 1,286 grams. You multiply that 1% and you get 12.86 grams. That's going to be the amount of salt that you're going to need. This method is great because it avoids oversalting the chicken. This is the perfect amount of salt that you're going to need to give the chicken some great flavor. And obviously you want to season both sides of all the chicken pieces. The next step is to cover the dish with some cling film and put it in the refrigerator. This is going to be a great way to ensure that this chicken is seasoned all the way through. Now let's talk about this paprika. I have 10 red bell peppers and I'm using 6 red mini sweet peppers. First thing I like to do is stand the bell pepper upright, and I'm cutting the pepper into sections around the placenta and the seeds. This is a fantastic way to cut the pepper as you get little to no waste. The method is the same for the mini sweet peppers. Once you have all of the peppers cut up, now I'm going to place them into a food processor. You may have to do this in batches depending on the size of the processor that you have. You want to pulse it a couple times just to break down the pepper pieces into little like rough minced pieces. The peppers are going to release a lot of liquid, so I'm going to strain out that liquid and I'm going to use it in the paprikash a little bit later on, so definitely do not waste that juice. Now by straining the juice from the peppers, you're going to help dehydrate the peppers a little bit quicker. Now the next step is to put the minced peppers onto a parchment lined baking sheet and spread them flat with a rubber spatula. With the amount of peppers that I got, I actually had to spread this amount over 2 baking sheets. Place this into a preheated oven, 180 degrees Fahrenheit, and let this go for about 3 to 4 hours. When it's ready, it's going to be dry and crisp when cooled.
Onion, first thing, going to give this a small dice. Know where your fingers are, feel the knife. Guide the knife blade with your fingers. Keep your fingertips curled in. Thinly sliced caraway in there, crush slightly. I love cooking, man. Ah, it smells so good. Bell peppers next. Give it a julienne. Tomatoes. Just want the flesh part of the tomato, no seeds. Kind of similar to the bell pepper, just cutting around the section where the seeds are. These don't add anything to the dish, so get them out of there. Cut the tomatoes into small dice. Really, I like to sear this chicken pretty hard, hot sear, so medium high heat till it smokes. Escoffier, very brilliant French chef, and he calls for stiffening the chicken in butter without color. Basically, that just means that you cook the chicken very delicately without browning it. You just want the proteins to stiffen up. And then you finish it the rest of the way cooking in the sauce later on, right? I feel like there's a missed opportunity to get really great flavor out of the chicken by searing at a higher heat, getting that Maillard effect on there. Brown equals flavor, right? So it's gonna add a depth of flavor, it's gonna add richness, it's gonna add heartiness to this dish. You know, my taste is more like, I like big, bold, caramelized, just Maillard flavor. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with this, but I feel like we could get a little bit more flavor out of the chicken, okay? Boom. Add the lard. Definitely gonna go pretty generously with that. Probably see it smoking a little bit, that's what you want. Away from you, right? You wanna hear that good sizzle? You'll probably do this in batches if you need. We're just gonna go for it. You wanna sear this chicken off, probably like 3 or 4 minutes per side. You wanna get a good deep brown color on it. Chicken's already been seasoned from the night before, so I'm not worried about that. I'm not gonna add pepper to it because I don't want that pepper to get burned. Got a pretty good little sear on that. So this is definitely past the point where Escoffier said just to stiffen the chicken, which is good. We need flavor. We need excitement. Good amount of fat still in there. Go into the onions, sweat until translucent. So this is a really great opportunity to get some flavor out of the onions. The salt's gonna pull out the moisture. It's gonna release the acidity, concentrate the sweetness. You're gonna really sweat these down for about a minute until they start to turn translucent. Then we're gonna add the garlic. You're gonna be able to scrape those brown bits from the bottom of the pan. That's more flavor, right? The onions are starting to smell sweet, starting to turn translucent. So I go in the garlic. We're gonna sweat the garlic down until it gets the rawness cooked off of it. I wanna add a little pinch of salt to the garlic. Same thing, pulls the moisture out of it. This is the acidity, concentrates the sweetness. It's all about building flavors. This is how you do it. You pull out the flavors individually from the ingredients and you build off of one another. The final dish is gonna have a full-bodied flavor, right? And the paprika, 2 tablespoons. We don't wanna overcook the paprika because then it will get bitter. 30 seconds or so, just enough to bloom the paprika. Whoa, that smells so good right now. Bell peppers in. Bell peppers have a really good amount of moisture to it. Ah, hang on, this. I got this from when I made the paprika. This is gonna be good liquid. We wanna use this. Build that flavor, man. Build it. Crushed caraway in. I made a well in the pan. You're gonna toast that caraway. Get the flavor out of it. Cooking is all about using your senses, man. Listen to the food as it's cooking. Smell it. Taste it. It's gotta taste good. It's gotta taste good now. If it doesn't, then you're in trouble. Tomatoes. The juice from the bell peppers gonna go in. Gotta know how to use your ingredients. Chicken stock. I like going heavy on the pepper. Bring this liquid up to a boil. Add the chicken, kill it, cap it, put it in the oven, 350 degrees for about 45 minutes to an hour. You want the chicken to temp, 165 degrees. Taste it, adjust seasoning, adjust, taste, adjust. You gotta taste everything before you add more salt. If you're using store-bought chicken stock, taste it. See how salty it is and adjust from there. Nothing will ruin a dish quicker than it being too salty. Can't emphasize that enough. Escoffier's recipe says to strain the solids. Now we want to add a bit of cream. I want this to thicken, so I'm gonna add a little bit of flour to the sour cream, 1.5 tablespoons. And then for the sour cream, a couple heavy spoonfuls of it. So you need to temper the sour cream. If you add it to the hot liquid, it's gonna curdle it. It looks pretty good so far. A little bit, you just gotta temper it. And then add it to this. And if we did this right, then it's not gonna curdle. Really what you want to do is bring this to that simmer point, and then that's the thickness the sauce is gonna be. Just enough to give it some good body. Just gonna add the chicken back to the pot so we can make those dumplings. Keep the lid on it. All right, let's make those dumplings. Egg going to the bowl. Dissolve the salt. Paprika goes in. Like a really, really super thick, like pancake batter. Pretty much all you're looking for right there, man. That will work. So we're gonna squeeze that, chop it off as it's coming into the boiling water. Grab our little MacGyver style piping bag, snip. These cook really quickly, about like 30 seconds of that in that water. Basically, as soon as they start to flow, these ones actually stuck to the bottom of the pot. They're done. Put them into a bowl, and then we plate, serve, taste. This is one of those dishes that's best served like family style, right? Put these dumplings around on the perimeter of the plate. Now, chicken. All right, man, dinner served right here. Smells good, smells like I want to try it. And there you have it, chicken paprikash, fantastic, man. Let's take a couple stabs at it. The dumplings are nice. I like that smoked paprika in there, that was a nice touch. It's really good, rich flavor. Ribs sticking good. Definitely gets the point across, dude. Not really anything crazy going on with this, we just executed properly.